right, and we're doing it.
Yeah, pretty good clap. It was an okay clap. It was an acceptable clap.
Well, I just had a cold brew, so I'm ready to go.
I chugged one before I biked over, so I can't tell if I used all the energy to bike here or if I'm about to spike. But I'd like chugged like one of those like a can of cold brew.
Where'd you go?
I went to Variety Coffee. You familiar?
No.
But they do they sell like a pre-batch cold brew. Because basically, when I called you this morning, I called you at 4 a.m. I called you at 4:45.
In Taylor time,
Yeah,
if we converted,
yeah.
it's like metric?
Yeah.
4 a.m.
Yeah, around 4 a.m. And then, so I was at the coffee shop, and I was like, do I want to get a full, like, large coffee? And then I saw that they had the little bottles, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be moving in, like, the next 20 minutes. I can't be, like, I don't want to inhale, like, a normal-sized coffee. I'm going to die. I'm going to freak out.
Right.
Yeah. So the cold brew was a little bit smaller. But, yeah, I would say, I'm about capped out. I don't think I'm getting higher. I don't think I'm spiking them right now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I just had a cold brew, and I went out last night, like I told you. I'm going to be hungover in about an hour, but guess what? This podcast is an hour long. That's all the energy I need.
Look how the tables have turned, Rich. Tell me all your details so I can judge the fuck out of you.
Let me tell you something. I went out last night in New York City.
New York City?
Full, no constraints, bar service.
Whoa.
No one's sitting at the tables. Everyone's mingling. Everyone's about.
Everybody's licking each other?
Everyone's looking at each other. Let me tell you something. The CDC said we're allowed to do whatever we want. Fauci's dead. It's not Trump 2024. It's Trump infinity.
Yeah, the CD said masks off, orgies on. That's what they said. They said orgies are back on the table. Orgies are back on the menu.
The CDC said only wear a mask if you're gay, so no one wear a mask.
Yeah, the only mask that you can wear is a weird animal-inspired one to cover up your identity when you fuck strangers.
Yeah, it's only a masquerade mask when you're at a fucking
as long as it
orgy.
has a little stick attached to it, and then you can put it up and down at will. That's the only mask that's allowed now.
Right.
How funny would that be to have the stick and the mask for a face covering mask? Like you just walk around like this, like you're all posh.
All of China becomes Great Britain in 1682.
Yeah, exactly. You walk around with a stick, and then you walk into a Starbucks, and you're like, "Oh, how do you do? How does one do?" And then it's just the little, and it's surgical. It looks like the surgical mask.
Yeah.
It looks like a flag. It just looks like a small flag that you're putting up to your.
No stars.
No stars. Okay, so you went out. Where'd you go? What's the area? You just go.
Well,
you go Clinton Hill. You fuck around Clinton Hill. That place fucking sucks.
Downstairs?
Yeah, it looks like It looks like the tackiest vintage store in a beach town when it's not open. Like I just walked past it. It just looks like, hey, do you want a dinner table that's also covered in swings, where everybody sits on swings?
Oh, people are getting no back support there.
Welcome to Ocean City, New Jersey, where we sell swings.
It's a very Ocean City, New Jersey feel. Yeah, you pay for it with your tax write-off.
Yeah, you look at that place and you assume within a block of here is a beach dune that families are taking family photos on every single summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the sunset, everybody's dressed the same for no reason. Everybody packed one outfit so that they could all take this fucking family photo together.
There's a Margaritaville next door.
There's a Margaritaville. Yeah, exactly. I can smell the sea salt, the shitty sea salt when I'm near Clinton Hill.
I was going to say that might be my hairspray.
Probably your hairspray.
Got the sea salt hairspray.
Can't smell anything. I was in your bathroom. You just took a shit. Couldn't smell a thing.
Because you have COVID.
Yeah. I've had COVID for a long time, if that's my sense of smell. Yeah, I've had it for years. Decades. I've had decades. I'm patient
China?
zero. I'm patient zero. Yeah. Okay, so went out drinking. Rich?
Went to Mike's apartment.
Rich,
went to Mike's new apartment.
Rich, why don't you talk me through how much you had to drink?
Let's break it down.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Let's break it down here.
What did you have?
Went to ex-roommate Mike's apartment.
Yes.
Very nice. It was a very nice apartment.
Very nice apartment.
The slowest elevator in the history of elevators.
Wow, slower than yours?
The slowest.
Were the buttons able to face all the same directions, though?
Not even an arrow. I didn't even know which way I was going.
Wow.
Didn't know if it was going up or down.
Wow.
I just hit a button.
Yeah. You
I thought it was going to be
bad. You can't even figure out if you're going up or down.
Well, last time there was an elevator with no arrows, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They just shot through the fucking roof.
Yeah. Still don't know how they landed.
They had it. They're still going.
They're still floating. Yeah.
Willy Wonka's been dead for 30 years.
Yeah, it's just a skeleton and Charlie nibbling on the last bit of his bones. That's how the movie
He's really
ends.
fragmented the meat well
Yeah.
over this time.
Yeah, Charlie's like, so are we going down? And he's like, oh no, that wasn't a part of this. Yeah, no, we live here now. It's room 2.
What a crazy movie that was, where people were like, "Oh, I can't believe the girl turned into a blueberry." Like, no, they're flying
Yeah,
in an elevator.
yeah, and then the movie ends.
Yeah, what happened?
The credits roll with a box. Charlie and Willie. Never referred to him as Willie before. Willie in a skybox with Grandpa. Is Grandpa there too?
Grandpa Joe.
Yeah, Grandpa Joe's there too, and they're just floating in the sky, and then it's directed by, starring Gene Wilder.
Yeah,
just the credits start rolling. What the fuck?
What a movie.
So anyway, you're taking the slowest elevator in the world. You're going Mike.
To the slowest elevator in the world. Went to Mike's. Got there. Very nice apartment. High ceilings. Good cabinets. That's how I knew I was getting older.
Whoa.
I was like, these are some good cabinets, you gay bitch.
Good cabinets.
And we had a Miller High Life there because Mike splurges.
Wow. The champagne. The champagne of beers.
The champagne of beers, correct. And it was in a can, which
Whoa!
is trash.
Classy.
Trash.
Did you shake it up and like pop it like champagne?
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin did, where I just took 2 of them, smacked them on my head, and chugged them.
Nobody knows this, but when Stone Cold Steve Austin does that, it's an ode to opening champagne. He's trying to be classy.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. I believe it.
Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
I believe that. That's how trash I was.
Yeah, no, he does it because he's the trailer trash Hercules.
He is trailer trash Hercules. That's exactly what he is. He could take a double wide and throw it right over his head.
Yeah. When he cracks the 2 beers, it's the equivalent of him like taking down a Minotaur. It's just
he can lift the Ford F-150, throw it 30 yards.
Could you? So, quick side note: Dave Bautista, who used to be a professional
wrestler.
Yeah, he used to be a wrestler. He's now doing more serious roles, and he's talking about how he doesn't want to do Guardians of the Galaxy anymore. He's doing Dune. He was in Dune. He was in Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
He's doing he's becoming a more serious actor. And I'm just thinking about all the professional wrestlers who could have taken that exact same direction. Like, could you imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin in that opening of Blade Runner 2049?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you've never seen it? It's a very he plays like a retired old android who gets decommissioned and just like murdered and he's like very like it's the equivalent of an android finds God. And he's just very like chill and mellow about it. And then I'm picturing Stone Cold Steve Austin doing that exact same role, that exact same thing, or him being Drax. Would be the fucking funniest thing. Covered in green and the tattoos.
And he just does the beer thing every time.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the context of the role.
He's a great actor, but he can't stop cracking open beers and just pouring them all over his face. Who's the Undertaker? The Undertaker doing that exact same. He can't get rid of the oily wet hair.
It's so wet.
It's so wet and oily. Does he just? I feel like he just dunks it. He just dunks a bucket on himself.
I think that's what he does, and he made a couple million doing it, so not too shabby.
Gotta do it anyway. Continue. You're drinking Miller High Life. We got one Miller High Life.
We got one Miller High Life. Then we go because we're 20. Oh, we're almost 28. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. September.
Sure. September 14th.
For Mike, it's the 18th.
Shout out our moms for.
Shout out moms
for
and dads.
My dad was there a little bit before, and I'm sure he was there on the day. But
and not there anymore.
In that gap, I'm sure there were a lot of golf trips. I'm sure that he was golfing a lot and heading to the bars. My dad was a fucking drunk.
Yeah, but he had a signature and a half. It's on his leg.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we went to a place called Rio Grande in Murray Hill. Mike's doing the reverse lifestyle.
How far is that from? Fuck. Shit. Good. The Gem. How far is that from?
Well, that's where we went after the Rio Grande.
My coworker. It's her church. It's the equivalent of her church.
Well, let me go. Let me go in order. All right. Here, you hat-wearing son of a bitch.
All right.
So we went to Rio Grande. Now, if you've never been to Rio Grande, it's where trash thinks class eats.
Okay.
They think it's classy, but it's not. It's trash.
Okay.
It's a classic 23-year-old happy hour spot. Okay. Strongest margs in the city.
Love it.
Had 2 margs.
Okay.
Also had octopus tacos.
Whoa.
Who else is having octopus tacos there? No one. I'm in a different tax bracket.
Then who?
Them. That's not true. I know how much Mike makes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, he's above me.
Yeah.
And then, so it was me, Mike, our two friends, John and Dan, who are both brothers, and this kid, Alec, whose dad is Kid Cudi's manager, and he is Shaq Wes's manager.
I don't know who Shaq West is.
Yep.
I mean, can I have the dad's number who's Kid Cudi's manager? I have some notes. I have some notes on Kid Cudi's career.
Let me tell you something. I think he also has some
I
notes
think
on Kid
he
Cudi's
also
career.
has some notes. I notes going back to maybe 2009. I think 2009 is where I would pick it up with some notes on his career.
Yeah, everything was going great until
he second album I'll take, but it's about around that third album, so maybe 2011, where I'm like,
yeah. Once you heard Mr. Rager.
Yeah. Well, listen, I started smoking weed when that second album came out, so it kind of aligned, but like in a way that if the first album connected with me at all, really not at all.
The second one.
The second one even less, but yeah. I loved it. I loved it even more. Anyway, you're hanging out with them. We're one High Life, one Marg.
Two Margs. Had two Margs at Rio Grande and octopus tacos.
Okay.
I also ordered octopus tacos, and one of the guys looked at the waitress and said, "That's not going to be good." I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Like, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
I was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
He told the waitress, like,
That's
it's not going to be. The waitress was like, "It's one of the best things on the menu," and he goes, "No, it's not." It's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. My dad manages Kid Cudi. These are not going to be good tacos.
That kid got fucking, what did he get, steak like a cuck?
Yeah.
So we got the Margs. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the thing, Taylor. I don't go out like this anymore. I don't go out to drink anymore.
Right.
It's done. I'm 27 and I'm a little gay. What are you going to do? I don't do this anymore.
Yeah, no.
These kids exclusively go out to drink.
Yeah, they sound like friends of mine.
Yeah. They're degenerates.
Yeah.
They were telling us how they went to Poco a few weekends ago and got into a fist fight with 15 people from Staten Island.
I love that.
And I said, are you investing into your 401k?
I also liked how you say 27 like you're saying 48.
It's you can't get into a fight with 15 people from Staten Island at Poco at 27. You just can't do it.
I absolutely think that you can. Absolutely think. I just don't think you have.
And that's why we're in a different tax bracket.
Yeah. I think your perception of your own age is so warped to what actual 27-year-olds do.
No, it's time to grow up. At 22, you could get into fist fights with 15 people from Staten Island at Poco.
But you were 22 5 years ago. It's
right.
not. It wasn't 15 years ago.
And 5 years ago, I still wouldn't have gotten into the fight.
Yeah.
But I would have been around.
Yeah.
I would have seen it.
You would have watched it.
Now
you don't even want to watch it. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Now I'm trying to be a businessman, baby. I'm hanging out with French movie directors and a hot Greek director.
Yeah, you're like, I'm old enough to know that I can go on Reddit and watch this video after it was recorded and uploaded on there.
I go into Reddit for different things.
Yeah, different things.
Shut up, Q.
Okay.
So we had the Marks. Then they're like, "Oh, where else should we go?" And I was like,
Wait, good octopus tacos?
Oh, fantastic octopus tacos. I've had them before. They're fantastic.
Okay, good.
And
were they like calamari or was it like unbreaded?
Oh no, it was completely. I don't know how they prepared it, but yeah, unbreaded.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know they didn't steam it, but I'll tell you one thing: great salsa.
Great salsa. Okay.
Great salsa. And then they were like, "Where should we go?" Mm-hmm. And I said, "Let's just, what about just going back to Mike's and being an adult and buy our own liquor and beer?" And they said, "No, we want to talk to 21-year-olds who ask us if we know anyone on the Binghamton lacrosse team." So we went.
I think I know where you go for people like that.
Gem Saloon.
There it is. The infamous Gem Saloon.
And we get to the Gem Saloon. Now, Taylor, everyone's sitting at a table.
Sure.
Everyone's saying, like we have seen for the past year, it's a lot of order, a lot of law and order in this facility. They bring us upstairs to a table, which no problem. They only had 3 beers on tap. I'm not going to say anything, but trash.
Trash beers?
What, it was Goose Island IPA.
Yeah, Goose Island.
Sam Adams Summer. And then something else. I don't even know what the third one was.
Yeah, I'm surprised they. Oh, I guess they have Bud Light by a million.
They had bottles.
Million bottles. Of
They had
Bud Light.
bottles.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're sitting there, and we're at the table now. My buddies John and Dan, as I've stated, are degenerates.
Okay.
They go out and they drink. They drink as if drinking is a business.
Okay.
Like, we are here to close a deal, and that deal is Bud Heavies. So,
Bud Heavies?
They drink Bud Heavies, which I do enjoy a good Bud Heavy.
That's just not a Bud Light?
It's a regular Bud.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
A Budweiser.
Correct.
Okay, got it. That's what I would call it.
Official beer of Entourage, by the way.
Oof. Still? Are they still claiming that title?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's their whole marketing. That's who drinks Bud Heavies.
Right. But they don't say the official beer of Entourage.
No one's ever said their official beer of Entourage. But if you watch Entourage, that's all they drink is Bud Heavies.
Right, but I would love it so much if in 2021 they're still claiming to be the official beer of Entourage.
I'd drink it more if they did that.
A show that hasn't been on the air for 11 years.
Listen, Vince is going to do the movie, all right? And when he does, he drinks a fucking Bud Heavy. What am I going to do? Drink a fucking Stella?
Yeah, drink a Stella.
Like a European Jew?
Yeah.
Nope. So we're sitting there, and we're at the table, and John and Dan, both single guys, God love them, and John goes, let's go downstairs and mingle. And I said, that hasn't happened since China ruined our nation March of last year.
Yeah.
But we go, I went to go use the bathroom. Mingling, a lot of mingling, but it seemed like just a big group that knew each other was mingling.
And they wanted to
by
get
the bathrooms.
by the bathrooms.
By the bathrooms. So John said, I don't think they're a party. I think it's just people who are saying fuck Fauci and they're going to mingle. And I said, I don't think that's correct. And he said, well, I'm getting the check and I'm going downstairs and we're going to lose this table and we're going to go downstairs. And I said, no. But he did it anyway.
Okay.
So we go downstairs. Taylor, it was 2019 down there.
Oof.
People are walking about, full bar service. People are hitting on each other. It was fun to see guys strike out again.
Whoa.
What a time to see guys strike out.
You're telling me they didn't get better in quarantine?
It was fun to see them shake the rust off.
Yeah. They shook the rust off to unveil another layer of rust that had always been there. A layer of rust that there was never a refinement to this. It was just rust on top of older rust.
Well, there can't be rust when there was never something there.
Right. It turns out it's just a brittle piece of rust. That's men hitting on
it. Was a mirage this whole time.
Yeah. You try to file it off and you're just like, oh no, it's just, okay, this is completely corroded. Okay, got it.
It was a guy going up like, excuse me, sir. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Shit.
Oh, I mean, John went up to a girl, beautiful girl. He said, are you interested in astrology? And she walked right on by.
Wow.
So that's the type of experience we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then, people were just, it was fun to see people be done.
Be done. Oh, with COVID.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And it was fun to watch people. People were like triple masking outside, looking in and seeing this happen. And I was like, boy, are you guys missing out on the fun.
Well, no, you're just missing out on familiarity. I wouldn't necessarily call that fun. I would call
it. Oh, yeah. Well, it was fun watch. I don't know. Everyone had fun. I had fun. It's like going to like a haunted house. Almost. That's good.
You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like a haunted house where you go, and here is the room of 2019, and it's everybody pretending like COVID doesn't exist, and everybody's just like, Jesus Christ, get me the fuck out of here.
It was like a Christmas tale.
Yeah. Yeah, with the triple mask outside, I'm picturing Ebenezer Scrooge just going, oh.
This is what of dating past.
This is what they do without me? All of these invites, and this is what I've said no to? Oh, no. Take me away, spirit.
And that's how people were talking.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they woke up in the morning and bought a cooked goose for everyone. That's
Yeah, there's a lot
of cooked goose.
Of boiled goose going around.
I would love so much where Ebenezer Scrooge says a cooked goose for everybody in the town, but like the people who didn't hear about it, and so they just get a cooked goose, and they're like, "The fuck is this? Why do I have a cooked goose on my front door? What?"
It's fun if people with that money, if they came to today, but they didn't account for inflation.
Right. They're like, oh, if I had known how much a cooked goose cost, a cooked goose for some, a cooked goose for like you, and all right, yes, you. So 3 cooked gooses.
Right, they go to pay their rent. It's $13. And they're like, no, your rent is $7,000.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, you said you're a landlord. You could just forgive some loans. You could just how about free rent for everybody for today? How about that? No.
How much is that?
Yeah, a cooked goose. That's only like, I don't know, like $5, $6 in this time.
Mm-hmm.
I owe you a lot more than that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. Christmas Carol. Shout out
Christmas Carol.
Shout out Christmas Carol. Okay, so how many beers did you have at the Gem?
I had 2 Goose IPAs.
Uh-huh.
And 2 Bud Lights.
You're up to 7, Rich.
Yeah, that's a warm-up for you.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying. So how far into the night are we?
And then that was the night.
Ah, okay. All right.
Well, then these girls come up to us.
Uh-huh.
And they, first of all, the opposite of attractive.
Oh.
Whatever is attractive,
Okay.
no matter what your opinion on attractive is,
Okay.
it's the opposite. They match no one's opinion of attractive.
Okay. So are they just not your type? You're just
They're
saying,
no one's type.
Okay, it's nobody's type.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just unattractive people, which is fine.
Okay.
First off, this one girl came up to came up to our group. One of the funniest girls I've ever seen. She said, I got a free vodka soda if anyone wants. And we were like, no. And then she looked at all of us and went, a gay? And then just like, shuffled. I was like, this girl's fantastic.
Yes. That's somebody who has been practicing all through quarantine.
She's been sitting, writing just fucking bitch. She's like, and then I say, gay.
Gay. Practices in the mirror. Gay.
She's been making vodka sodas in her apartment.
Yeah. Gay. She's like, nailed it. This is what we've been practicing for.
I was like, that girl, keep her. I'd rather her than most of you.
Yeah, swap her out. Yeah,
and
let her do 10 minutes.
Seriously, I'd book her more than most female comics.
Okay.
Yeah, so these girls come up to us, and they look at me. They're like, where are you from with that accent? And I was like, fuck you. Who are you? They're like, I'm from Long Island. Are you from Long Island? And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I'm from Long Island. And she's like, I bet you can't guess where I'm from. And I was like, I bet it's a trash area. That's where I bet. I bet you're South Shore. She goes, I am from the South Shore. But she goes, I'm from this part of the South Shore that's classy. And I said, well, that's an oxymoron because that's no places on the South Shore. Unless it's the Hamptons.
What is it, your street? Are you on the classy street of South Shore?
Right. Do you have a boat in your driveway? Yeah. And if so, that's trash.
That's also trash. Quit flaunting it.
So she's like, guess where I'm from.
Whenever I see a boat on a driveway, my first thought is, that's not supposed to be there, right?
Look, we can't afford the water. We didn't think that far. We just got the boat.
That's in the wrong place, right?
Look, you need gas for this? We had no idea.
Yeah. You don't have to put wheels underneath it and lift it up. It's actually supposed to float in the water and kind of move around. So
we want one of those duck boats.
Yeah.
That's not what this is.
Yeah, one of those duck boats. Why didn't that pick up popularity?
Dude, duck boats are sick.
Duck boats are so sick. Could you imagine people like casually getting a duck boat and just being like, all right.
They just drive into the water?
Yeah, or like when bridges go up, they're like, fuck this, and just drive out. Just veer off the bridge.
Well, I think because Waze doesn't do that. That's why people don't get it. Google Maps doesn't have that option yet.
Turn right here. I'm on a bridge. Turn right here.
Go into the water, you cuck.
Yeah. Why would you buy a car that's a boat if you don't want to drive off of bridges? Why would you buy it? Why would you buy it at all?
That's
so funny.
She says, guess where I'm from. And I was like, I really don't want to. I really don't want to guess where you're from. And she's like, no, guess. So I'm like, all right, Babylon. She said, no. I was like, all right. Fucking Ronkonkoma. I mean, these are two trash towns.
Sure.
And she's like, no, I'm from a class area. And I was like, just tell me where you're from. I don't want, you're not attractive enough for me to play this game.
Yeah.
And she said, Sayville.
Okay.
And I audibly laughed in her face. I laughed directly in her face. I said, you're such fucking trash for thinking you're from a nice area. Are you fucking serious?
Well, her mistake was that you gave her the out of being like, you guessed what you thought would be the classy area of the town. Like your first two guesses. She should have just been like, yes, whatever you are guessing to be the classy thing, yes, that's where I'm from. But instead she's like, no, I'm sticking to my guns. I know which one's the classy. And it's not at all.
That's someone who never met someone with money.
Right.
That's like, no, I'm from people in my town drive Infinities. It's like, wow, no, you're trash.
It sounds like this is her first time leaving the town, period.
Right.
To be like, oh.
She was like, yeah, I got to make a 207 train.
I cannot wait to tell people where I'm coming from.
Well, and she's like, where are you from? I was like, Syosset.
Yeah.
We got a little money over there. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were rich. My dad's a cop. I was like, my dad's a cop. He just knew how to manage his money, you poor bitch.
I would love this if it just turns out you were just looking in a mirror and you were just arguing with yourself.
Well, as we
You
keep
got so
going,
drunk
I
and
realized I
just-
had a wig on.
And you're like, is that lipstick?
And I realized I gained 70 pounds during quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. You Tyler Durdened yourself.
And then I realized it was Bam Margera.
Yeah, exactly. And I was suddenly blowing up a credit union.
She uses one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like, dude, you're fucking garbage. You're a garbage person.
That's so funny.
And then my buddy Mike is there. He's like, oh, no, sorry, Rich doesn't mean what he's saying. I was like, no, I do mean what I'm saying. You are a trash person.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're a trash person. I do not like you. Get away from me. Wow. So the Gem, shout out the Gem for doing speakeasies.
It was not a speakeasy. Oh,
No,
and also...
speakeasy in the sense of like the traditional thing of what a speakeasy is, which is like breaking the law and having a party.
Oh, 1,000,000% they were
exactly.
breaking the law.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
When-
The modern speakeasy is a bunch of people who are like, we're pretending like, so like, do you know what lock-ins are?
Vodkins?
Lock-ins. Lock.
A lock-in. Yeah, it's when you want to kill everyone in your school, so you lock the door with a piece of wood.
No, that's a school shooting. You're thinking of a school. You're confusing it for a school shooting again.
Is this when the town bans dancing and they lock everyone in the gym?
That's Footloose. You're thinking of Footloose again.
Then no, I don't. I don't know what a lock-in is.
Some bars in the city do this thing where like around 11 o'clock they just close their blinds and then,
Really?
and then they lock the door and then they go, no one else is coming in. And if you want to leave, you got to be, we basically have to look both ways before you leave. And then they will keep the bars open till like 4 a.m.
Oh, really?
Just like very low.
For the
key.
past year or always?
I don't know if it's been always, but I do know that there's been certain people who like some of my coworkers have found these bars and then been like, yeah, I was out till 3 a.m. Because these bars will just be like, we'll keep your tab open. It will be like 8 people. And it's just like, you guys seem cool. We don't want to shut down. We're just going to close that. And then I think they just moved to like a back area. Kind of.
Yeah, the music can't be playing anymore.
Shut down the lights. And then it's just like, all right, fucking keep drinking. Keep paying us for booze. And then doing it. So it's like lock-ins. It's probably the safer version of it because it's not, you're not crowding people up. You're still staying at your tables, I imagine.
You think people are locking the door, shutting the lights off, and turning the blinds in, and then they're going, but stay at your tables.
Stay 6 feet apart. Yeah, no, you're right. At that point, you might as well just be like, so are we all fucking each other?
Yeah, everyone spit in my mouth.
All right, everybody slowly put on your masks.
Yeah, they bring out the mask. Ghislaine Maxwell comes out.
Yeah. And they're like, all of a sudden, just candelabras are just everywhere, and you're just like, okay, this is now a classy affair. Let's do it. Yeah, everybody puts on their capes and has sex with each other.
Oh.
No,
that's why you defended the Benkins when you're like, and that's acceptable.
Yeah, exactly. But no, the modern speakeasy is, in not a good way, is setting up a back room where everybody could just pretend that it's 2019.
Listen, it's fine. Don't fucking in Dallas. They sold out AT&T Stadium last weekend. 100,000 people.
Yep.
It's over. What are we doing? Everything's fine.
Yes. Yep. I'll give you that. But do I ever want to do this again? Nope. More than anything, I don't want to do this again.
Do what?
The last year again. I don't want to get anywhere.
It's not. It won't happen.
I'm just saying. I'm saying we're in this window of like you got an inch. You got an inch of freedom. You got an inch of everything's opening back up. Everything we're trickling out, and that's a mile. That's taking a mile situation. That's a bit of taking a mile. You know what I mean? You got to find some balance.
Why? There's no problems. Jacksonville sold out their arena for the UFC.
I agree with you, but that sounds like some February 2021 logic or 2019 logic. Or no, sorry, February 2020. I'm getting my years.
Sound it out.
Yeah, February 2020, where you go, it's fine, it's good, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, but there's no cases on the rise. Then there were cases on the rise.
I understand. It's just there's a clear system where we're trickling out. Take a beat. Do you have to bomb in front of single women right now aggressively in a crowd full of people?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
It's the most amount of entertainment I've seen.
Yeah.
It's better than any sitcom out now.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. You telling me you don't like Thomas Middleditch's?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Be positive.
He just got a Me Too.
I know. I'm amazed that they're still even promoting the fucking show.
I'm surprised he has the strength to hold a woman down.
Yeah.
That skinny bitch.
I'm surprised that they didn't just look at the pilot of the show and go, we should just cancel this.
What's it called?
It's Be Positive. It's a
Be
sitcom.
Positive.
I know it because so you'll love this. We had Paramount Plus. We have Paramount Plus.
You got Paramount Plus.
Yeah, to watch the challenge. That's how we've been
Did
watching.
you do it for the challenge?
Originally for Survivor. Because we watched everything on Hulu.
Right.
Yeah, and then we were like, yeah, fuck it. We'll do it a little bit. And so they have commercial breaks set up for the baseline. And Be Positive is getting promoted fucking out of this world. Every fucking 10 minutes.
Oh, really?
Every break. Almost every break.
It's painfully bad.
It's painfully bad. And the premise is painfully bad. It's a guy who needs a kidney. And then it's the girl who's giving him a kidney. And they're like living together. She hasn't given him the kidney yet. She's preparing to give him a kidney.
Then the show's over.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Once he gets the kidney. What's
Also, why'd you have to live together?
I don't know. I think she's probably like homeless. She's like, all right, I'll make you a deal. You let me live here, I'll give you my kidney. It's literally, I bet you, it's a dumber.
And she's hot. The girl's hot.
Yeah. There's like one of those. It's very much the. Have you heard? Have you seen like when they were originally pitching, Big Bang Theory?
Oh, another awful show.
Yeah, originally pitching it, they had the hot. Who's supposed to be the hot blonde girl?
Yeah, Kaylee, Kelsey, whatever.
Yeah, Kaylee Kuchel.
Thank you.
She was originally supposed to be like another actress who was like brunette and like nerdy, but like like hot with glasses or whatever, the equivalent of.
Right.
But it was supposed to be a more like on par with them rather than the I don't know what science is Kaylee Kuchel. I think that's what her character's. But basically, this girl's the same thing, where it's like somebody's like, "Are you blah 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 with the kidney?" And then she's like, "Oh, I think I'm more. I like to be known as blah 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 with the boobs." Like I'm the hot girl, and it's like that's the writing.
What they're
That's the writing. I'm like, okay, sick. I fucking love this.
People are mad about how bad that show is. Imagine how mad they'd be if they knew how much they were getting paid to write that show.
Woo!
And that's how bad it is.
Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
And then what was I gonna say? Oh, and the ugly trash girls. They were like, "Oh, we're going to a different bar. You guys should come." And we said, "All right." And then I got into a cab and I went home.
The girl who was like you were shitting on for Long Island?
Oh yeah.
She was inviting you to a second.
Yeah, and then they invited us to a second. Because what you don't understand, they're trash and ugly. Never gotten a guy's attention.
Okay.
So they probably loved me calling her trash.
Right. It's like I was at a bar before the pandemic, right before the pandemic.
Thank you for clarifying that.
I was at a bar. Yeah, because
no one's been to more bars than you during the pandemic.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There were these. It was like a after party for like a comedy show thing. that we had sponsored, and so
Norman.
no. This was like a year or two. It's Chad and JT.
You're doing a lot of snapping.
Doing a lot of snapping. You don't like it?
No, it's just something I'm picking up on.
Yeah. It's me thinking. Chad and JT. You know them?
Justin Timberlake?
No, the comedian, the like they're like YouTube people who like go.
Oh yeah, Chad
goes deep.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
Tobin Miller's best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So
Fuck you, Tobin.
Yeah, we had done like a little like sponsor for like a podcast or whatever, like one of the podcasts. Anyway, we did this after party. These girls who were at the show came to there, and they were like flirting with the people around, or
Of course.
they were like out of town, and then they ended up talking to me, and I was like, all right. I mean, I'll talk to you. I'm having a drink, and they're trying to like figure out like get into adventures in New York because they're clearly out of town.
Oh my God.
And I was like, so where? I was like, where are you from? And they're like, oh, DC. And I was like, oh, okay. What do you guys do for work? And she's like, oh, I work at the Watergate Hotel.
Oh.
And I, for whatever reason, I thought it was the funniest thing in the world that she
name dropped it.
Yeah, like she name dropped it. She wasn't bragging about it, but I was just like, she said it like it had no context. Like she said it like she works at the Hilton. And I'm like, you work at the Watergate? And she's like, yeah. And then it's just, I wouldn't let it go. I was just like fascinated, like, because she was just like, why? What's the deal? And I was like, it's only like one of the most you're like,
right.
I know it's nothing now, but it was one of those like, and then she like still wanted to hang out, but thankfully I annoyed her so much about it. She's like, all right, we're going to leave. And she didn't invite me to a second location is what I'm saying. So next time you ask them what their job is and then you mercilessly laugh at them and tease them about it.
I can tell you what that girl does now. She's either a fucking nurse or a social worker.
Okay.
It's really the only two jobs trash girls from the South Shore of Long Island have.
Oh.
It's really the only thing that they could do. They can't do anything else.
Yeah. That's
it.
so funny.
You want a fun little story about girls you meet at bars? Back in my single days, I used to run around with Kyle Mara.
Whoa.
Friend of the program. He's been on twice.
Shout out.
Just got a new apartment.
Whoa.
And
in the city?
Yep. I don't know where.
Okay.
14th and 9th, 14th and 10th, something like that.
Was he living with his parents before?
Living for the quarantine. He had his own apartment. He was
Yeah.
living with a roommate, but me, him, and his old roommate, Matt. Shout out Matt. He was a wild card. Now he's gay. And
Actually?
no, he has a girlfriend.
Okay.
They moved in with actually right around the corner. Why am I telling all these
Yeah, I
people?
don't know.
I'm giving the location of all these people.
It's weird that you go, I know this person, and here's where they are geographically.
Yeah, I know. It's very odd that I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Why am I doing that?
It's just like I don't know what your angle is here. It's like
I have no angle.
I promise you I know him because I know they recently moved apartments.
Yeah, I know. That's super weird that I'm doing that.
Okay, Kyle Mara.
Me, Kyle, and his roommate went to, we used to do mics there. Fuck, right by the Williamsburg Bridge.
Right by the Williamsburg Bridge?
Right by the Williamsburg Bridge. No, fuck, it's on Delancey.
Oh, the Delancey.
Oh, yeah, it is, the Delancey. Yeah, it was called the Delancey.
Yeah, shit show. Shit bar.
Oh, my God, what a shit bar.
Fucking shit bar. It was 3 bars, and somehow it was one manager who was the shittiest of those 3 bars.
Unbelievable.
You know what I mean? It was just like it was one manager who was spread so thin and also didn't give a fuck about his job.
He was making the money either way.
Oh yeah.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle's roommate went to the Yankee game that day.
Okay.
And he said, I met these 3 girls from Canada.
Whoa.
They're coming to meet us.
Okay.
And I said, all right. So they show up. Good-looking girls.
Okay.
The one walks in with a rash.
Oh.
From head to toe.
Oh.
And I said, do you know you have a fucking rash from head to toe? And she goes, oh, this? Yeah. So what I did was, Friends? And I was like, I'm aware of Friends.
Yes, I'm familiar with
And she goes, you know that fountain that they shoot at the beginning? I was like, the Washington Square Park fountain? Yes, I'm aware. She goes, yeah. I thought it'd be fun to swim in it last night.
Oh no.
And then all of a sudden I got this rash. I don't know why. And I was like, yeah, because people that shoot meth shit in it. You have meth shit on your skin. And that's why you're like that.
Yeah.
I was like, where are you from? She said, Calgary. I was like, do they not have fountains in Calgary?
Yeah.
Do you know not to swim in the fountains? You deserve a worse rash.
Yeah. At best, at the cleanest thing that's ever gone into the Washington Square fountain was a penny that somebody sneezed on right before they threw it. It's the cleanest thing that's ever entered that fountain.
The cleanest thing to go into that fountain was fucking Lisa Kudrow. That was the cleanest thing to ever go into that fountain.
I'm just picturing all the cast of Friends right after they did that taping.
It's all broken
head
out.
to toe in a rash. They're just like, boy, was it a mistake? Or like as they're shooting it, you see a meth addict just take a shit
right in
it.
Fun fact, that was actually Matthew Perry.
That was Matthew Perry. Yeah. Yep.
Fun fact.
Shout out Matthew Perry.
But yeah, anything else from last night that I'm missing? No. Yeah, those girls, I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny how Mike was like, oh, he doesn't mean what he's saying. And I was like, no, Mike, stop. I mean what I'm saying. I 100% mean what I'm saying. You are trash people. So that was fun. That was last night.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. All right. So, I
7 drinks.
I can't grill you as hard on the drinks. It's fine. It's a good.
Fine from 5 till midnight.
Yeah.
6 hours?
Yeah.
No, 7.
It's not far off from what I had.
A little bit. It's literally double. I mean, half. It's half of what you had. You averaged 2 drinks an hour. I average 1 drink an hour.
Oh, I was just talking about the total number that I had. I had 9.
But in a smaller time frame.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but you're also fuck you.
I'll tell you one thing you weren't on the debate team.
Also, fuck you. Yeah, no, I was the best at it. Somebody would come with a counterpoint. I'd be like, yeah, well, fuck you, and then I'd win. They'd be like, yeah. Great point. Points to Central Dolphin.
That would be funny to do. Like, you could do a Long Island debate team sketch or a Pennsylvania debate team sketch, where it's like, all right, and what's your opinion on Israel and Hamas? And then you go, they're both fucking gay. And they're like, point.
Toit point.
Yeah, toit.
That's a toit point.
That's fun.
Yeah. Shout out Central Dolphin tennis team. Wearing my fucking
what's that?
High school. It's my high school and
Central
Dolphin.
Oh, they said Dolphin.
Well, see, here's the biggest regret of Central Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has only made one mistake ever one
in the history
of
the Commonwealth
of the Commonwealth. One mistake, which was in Central Pennsylvania, in Harrisburg, there is a high school called Central Dolphin, and for whatever DAUPHIN,
public or private?
Public. Yeah, and not to brag, it's one of the nicest in the area. It
no
is
big deal.
One of the nicest. And for whatever reason, they decided to go with the Central Dolphin Rams. And not the Central Dolphin Dolphins. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding? That is it is the laziest, just most, you could just tell like everybody in there was eating a mayo sandwich when they decided we're going to be the Central Dolphin Rams, baby. And you could just tell one person had a good idea. It was like, what about the Dolphins? Wouldn't that be fun to just be the Central Dolphin Dolphins? And they're like, get the fuck out of here, Kyle. You're fucking done. Pack your shit. You're fucking out of the school board.
My thing with it is, I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
But
it's just a clear decision to be like, we could have had fun and we chose not to have fun.
Well, because then if you go like, oh, I play for the Central Dolphin Dolphins,
yes.
And they go, the what?
Yeah.
You go Central Dolphin Dolphins.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
The Central Dolphins?
No.
And you go, no, the Central Dolphin Dolphins.
Yeah.
And like, I don't, you're saying Dolphin twice.
Yeah.
That's why they had to do Rams.
You're telling me somebody who gets that confused saying dolphin, and just in a conversation, just saying dolphin like 90 times just to get an understanding is not the funniest thing you've ever heard and would just pay money to see somebody be confused by that. It's
sounds like a modern SNL sketch.
I know, right? Yeah, which is probably unfunny. To be honest, probably not nearly as funny as I think it is. If that's the case.
Well, or you should get a writing job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, shout out Lorne Michaels, fan of the show.
Lorne Michaels, big fan of the show.
Yeah, he's one of the 6 who view this on YouTube.
Him in Future.
Yeah.
Also, SNL last week sucked.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to that level of cringe, and also just I can suffer through some ham-fisted capitalism. I can suffer through some hand-fisted, like, just over-the-top examples of, like, just capitalist money-grabbing horse shit. But it's just, like, it was so transparently, like, fat-ass paychecks everywhere in that episode. Of, like, Elon, like, them... I could feel the email of going... The amount of zeros that they had to put into the email going, Elon Musk will host for... Bop, 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 bop,
You
bop.
think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. SNL did not reach out to Elon Musk to be like, do you want to host SNL? You could just tell Elon was like, I
think it's an ego thing. He's such an egomaniac.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. And like, but nobody does it for free.
Oh, no. I know that.
Who does it for free?
I don't know if they do it for free. I don't think it's as big of a paycheck as people think.
No, but I just imagine it's like there was some... In some back end of a deal, it was like Tesla was going to pay
100%.
them. Tesla was going to...
He's manipulating Dogecoin and
That's what I'm saying.
Bitcoin.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would not surprise me if, like, Tesla or something, like, reached out to SNL through, like, a back channel and was just like, listen, if you have him on, down the line, over time, we're going to pay you, like, blah, 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 blah. We're going to pay you just a shit ton of money. Just let him come on, be a dipshit. He's an ego guy. And it's like, SNL was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he can come on if we... Yeah, because clearly he doesn't give a fuck about the money. It just feels like one of those things, like, it's like money was involved aggressively here, one way or another. This doesn't feel like SNL being like, woo, you know what we need? We need we need another egomaniac billionaire to come on our show and kind of be funny.
Well, did you watch? I watched the what's it called, monologue for like 30 seconds.
Oh, when he says he has Asperger's?
Dude, I'm the first host to have Asperger's. No, you're not. Steve Martin hosted 10 times.
Does he really have Asperger's?
Maybe not diagnosed, but yeah, he's got it. Guy plays the banjo, and you told me he's not autistic?
Well, is there a difference? There's a difference between autism and Asperger's.
Well, there wasn't. Now there is. It's a whole thing.
Oh, really? There was a time where they weren't different?
Yeah, it was a time where Asperger's was on the spectrum. Now it's not on the spectrum, or it's back on the spectrum now. I did research about this for a bit, and then now I'm blanking on the details.
You could have so easily made that a medical thing. Where, like, when I was getting my master's, I did a paper on it.
The effects of...
You went like, I did it for a bit. I did it as a joke.
Dude, I've learned more doing research on comedy than I did during my master's. I fucking studied push-ups for 6 years. Like, listen.
That's fucking great.
I'm a fucking idiot.
That's fucking great. That's so fun. But yeah, it's like, it's one of those things, it's that perfect, like, it's the worst possible form of comedy ever. And I also see 100% the justification for it in, like, pop culture. Like, I hate that it exists, but I also understand it's that perfect balance of...
What are we talking about now?
Elon Musk on SNL.
Okay.
Comedy-wise, worst decision you could possibly make. If you were actually a show that was like, we're here for comedy, but they're not. It's comedy as like as a funnel for capitalism. They're constantly promoting brands.
Which it always was.
It always was.
Right. Now they're just bad at hiding it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's sort of comedy, but it's more to be like, we're pushing ads. It's primetime television. We're doing parodies of major brands.
Right.
And then ultimately you're just promoting major brands. I don't know. It's just like, from a capitalist perspective, I totally get it. From a comedy perspective, no. Cancel that.
Did you see fucking Bo and Yang comes out? Amy Bryant came out. They were like, "Oh, I'm not going to do the show because it's not right that a billionaire is going to capitalize." It's
where was this when Trump did it? Where was this when Trump fucking did it?
Forget about when Trump did it. You're making $200,000 telling the shittiest jokes.
Yeah.
Do you not get?
Yeah.
Elon Musk made something.
Right.
You make nothing.
Right. It's like you're mad at somebody owning or bringing like 100 guns to like a Walmart, like, you know, an open carry, and you have 3 guns on you. You know what I mean? You're like, you know what I mean? Where
yeah,
it's like,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, why is he bringing so many guns and you've got 3 guns on your person? Yeah,
that's exactly what it's like.
Exactly. Yeah. You're just like, why does he have so many? And you're like, don't talk about mine though. Mine are good. Don't leave mine alone.
Right.
But he's the
problem.
He shouldn't be able to do that. That's crazy.
Dude.
Or he brings a tank and you got 3 guns on you.
That's exactly what it's
be
like.
able to bring a tank into Walmart.
You probably can bring a tank into Walmart.
Probably could. They
Probably
should have
get a discount.
They should have the main entrance and then just like a garage door into the area, and they're like, "That's for tanks. That's to bring in tanks."
No, they go. That's actually to bring in most of our clients.
Yeah. No, I couldn't handle 1 second of them pretending like it was okay to do sketches with this guy. I couldn't handle another, because when I did Trump, I was like, it was from the perspective of like he's 99 at that time, still 99% gonna lose. At that time, in 2016, like 2015, he had just announced, and then he's coming out, and we're like, all right, cool, we'll do another joke round of him being president, and he'll joke about it. And then there was the Fallon where he rubbed his hair. Now you look back at those and like, oh no, those are defining moments of him being like riling up his base, being like, oh, look at me around these fucks.
I don't know, because I don't think that's Trump's base. It's
No.
people that watch SNL.
I'm saying like him being on it, like we were like, oh, this guy's a joke, and then his base was like, you think he's a joke? He's probably gonna win. That's what I mean.
And we did it, baby.
That's what I'm saying. It's one of those perfect examples of like the more inflamed you make us, and the more we laugh at him, the more his base goes, yeah, well, that's our guy. So
what's an Amy Klobuchar?
Yeah, exactly.
Do SNL.
Yeah.
Also, Shane Gillis' sketch this week that came out. No one's doing comedy better than Shane Gillis right now.
I don't know it.
Oh my! Well, watch it after
Okay.
this pod. A+ a sketch. Check it out. Gillian Keeves. Why am I plugging his shit?
Yeah, I don't know.
Come to my show at the Barrel Street Ale House.
Wait.
Thursday.
Where does Shane Gillis live?
He's from
Does he have
Mechanicsburg.
Where? No, but where's his new apartment? Did he move?
He was
recently?
in Queens somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay,
But he drives.
It's your Kyle Mara bet. I'm bringing you back your Kyle Mara.
He drives a Toyota Camry, I believe.
He's from Mechanicsburg.
Yeah.
Who's Mango Bay? He's also from Mechanicsburg.
Oh, Pranav?
Yeah, Pranav.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, well, he says he's from Harrisburg, and Shane Gillis would probably say he's from Harrisburg.
No, he says he's from Mechanicsburg.
That's weird because it's literally 15 minutes from Harrisburg. It's like me saying like I'm from Lower Dolphin. No, everybody would be like, where the fuck is that? It was like, well, it's 15 minutes outside of Harrisburg.
Well, I think it's also because like his whole thing is like I look like a fucking dumb piece of trash.
Yeah, I guess I get that.
And that town name sounds made up.
Right, and I honestly probably like 2 miles from the limit of Hershey, where I could say I'm from Middletown. I could say I'm from Middletown. And that could be my like I'm from small town Pennsylvania.
None of this means anything to me. I don't know what any of this means.
If you looked at it on a map, you could almost not fit Mechanicsburg or Middletown because they're so close to Harrisburg.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a capital.
Gold star.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm trying to think. Nothing happened to me this week. I got almost dick all. I just worked. I watched shows. The challenge, we're just cruising. We're cruising at middle nothing. It's so shitty.
What season are you on?
It's Vendettas. We're doing Vendettas.
Ooh, challenge Vendettas.
Let me. I do.
Readjust.
I do. I have to get in the vibe for this because
okay. Stay in the shot.
Vendettas makes me so upset, just so frustrated on so many levels.
Okay.
Number one, the season is called Vendettas, but when they actually explain the dynamics of a vendetta, it makes no fucking sense, and it has nothing to do with the competition.
No.
They're just arbitrarily going, yeah, he's my vendetta, so I got to get him out. And I'm like, well, why? Do you get money if you get your vendetta out?
Nah.
No, you just fucking pick somebody that you don't like. That's been the show since forever. You just are trying to brand that you don't like somebody?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So that's number one. Really don't like the fact that they named it a theme and the theme has absolutely nothing to do with it. Because everything else, rivals, fucking exes, everything, all leading up to this, it had direct correlation with what they were doing.
Yeah.
So first of all, fuck that. Second of all, the amount of complexity that they've added to the season makes no fucking sense at all. there's it's a trebuchet. It's not a trebuchet. It's a treyarch, or it's something like.
You know what that is?
It's like, for whatever reason they have some. They're in Spain or whatever, so they have some Spanish name for like when you win. It's 3 of you, and you guys all get to pick who's going in. You guys all vote on who's gonna go in, and then you have something that's like also Spanish, and you're like, you meet up with all these people, and they get to put their case in for who's gonna go in, right? And then when they go in, whoever wins, for whatever reason, they get a grenade.
Oh yeah.
They get a fucking grenade,
Yeah.
and then it's TJ Lavin going, all right, and here you get a grenade, and then you can either do blah or blah or blah. Okay, all right, I'm glad that we went through all this convoluted shit just so that you can now fuck somebody over. It's like on paper, it's like that scene in Always Sunny with the Pepe Sylvia, with the fucking red lines.
Pepe Sylvia.
Grenades. And just like, Bananas is out so fucking early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And
not coming back this season. They're filming the season now. No Bananas, no CT, no Wes.
Wow.
What's even the point?
Yeah. It's really, once Bananas goes, it's like, all right, who do I have? Devin?
I love Devin.
Is he spectrum-y?
No, I think he's either the most autistic person
Yes,
in the world
right,
or 0% autistic.
Right.
He sees everything.
Yeah.
He's such a good manipulator.
Yes.
That's what I watch reality for. He's
so good at it that he comes across intentionally like he's being stupid about it. Like he's being cocky about it.
But
that's a part of the strategy.
Yes.
And that's
yes.
And I can appreciate that from him trying to win money, but from a TV show standpoint, it's not even like I love to hate him. I just go, oh, I just hate that I also hate you.
Oh
like,
no, I love him.
Oh man, he's one of those dudes who's like, he got into like kind of like a really bad accident on the show and could no longer compete ever again, I'd be like,
He'd probably do better.
yeah, he'd probably do better.
God, is he unathletic?
Yeah,
But he stirs the pot. You've never watched Are You the One? That's where he started.
Season 1?
Season 2. No, season 3. Are You the One?
I think Netflix only has the first 2.
Can I spoil it for you?
Okay.
It's the best. How much time do we have? Fuck, 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm trying. You know what Are You the One is?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the 11 girls, 11 guys, and a house.
Yeah.
The whole season, they can't get any matches.
Right.
They can't get any matches.
Yeah.
A whole season. Yeah. It's 12 weeks. The last day they're there, Devin goes, everyone sit down. I'm pairing everyone up. They sit down. He pairs everyone up. They go to the match. 12 lights. What? I was like, dang it. I jumped up. I went through my ceiling. I jumped so high I went through my ceiling. And Devin was like, this is why I'm the best.
Whoa.
He matched 12. They didn't get any lights for 12 weeks.
He hitched it. He hitched it. Wow. Okay. I have never done a full 180 on somebody so quickly. I literally was like almost wishing a uncurable disease on him.
No, he's the best.
Just like one of those like degrades over time, like not an instant thing, just like, suffer pain.
Right.
But then after that, I turn around and I go, maybe you are brilliant and you're built for the system and you deserve the normal amount of suffering that goes into being on the challenges in general. Because it's truly just an insufferable experience, I imagine, to be involved in it at all. And either you're getting drunk and forgetting that it's so insufferable, or you got your eye on that money and you're forgetting how insufferable it is to be around all these people who really think they're important and have a little bit of leg to stand on in the importance of the universe, but for the most part, not important at all, unless you're CT West Bananas. I'm trying to think of a girl.
Used to be Tony, R.I.P. Tony.
Maybe Nani.
Fuck Nani.
She
sucks.
She's got the clout outside of it, though. Like, I feel
Does she?
I just feel like if I...
Tori has more clout than her, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd recognize Tori. Or, half black, half Jewish. Anissa. She would be... I'm trying to think of the people who I would recognize from being on the show. Nani, actually, probably not. I probably wouldn't recognize her on the street.
Nah. Nani's someone that could have had a career outside the challenge, and she just didn't leverage
it. Was very
leverage
funny
it correct.
to see her... Like, because, again, I'm coming in... When I actually started watching it, they were at full screen. They were at not boxed in.
Yes.
They were at full screen on the TV. So, like Nani coming in. And then I was like, what is she? She must do something where she's like Wes, where she's just doing this for funsies, where it's like, it's kind of her thing. And then by like the 5th season, I actually looked at like her title. They gave her bartender. And I was like, you've been a bartender this entire time?
Well, none of them really do any. Wes owns a few companies. Bananas has a TV show. CT, I believe, owns a couple companies now.
I believe he does real estate.
He does real estate.
Shar looked it up.
Tori's a stripper.
Tori's a stripper?
She lives in Astoria. She strips right around the corner here.
Unbelievable.
Me and Jess Fleischer were going to go. Because me and her are big challenge fans.
Yeah.
She was like, Tori's stripping at...
Am I thinking of Jess Fleischer as the one who was getting her master's in history?
Her PhD.
It would be so funny to watch her not make eye contact with Tori the entire time.
Talk about someone with autism. Jess Fleischer.
Nothing would make me funnier than her just avoiding eye contact with being so excited to be there, but avoiding eye contact at all costs.
This was like 3 years ago, I want to say. Jess was... I ran into her at a mic, and she was like, so Tori is stripping in Tribeca. Do you want to go? And I was like, no. But I kind of do.
Yes. And did you give it up to go to another mic?
Yeah, I actually did.
Unbelievable. Imagine the bit you could have had for years of going to see her strip.
Taylor, no one watches the challenge. People have stopped listening to this pod already, and they don't listen to the challenge.
Earlier than this part, if they were stopping.
Yeah, probably.
If they're making it to this far in, they're committed.
Do you know my parents who will listen to this part all the way till the end? Yeah. They say, I don't really like this. I don't really like the pod, but I like the challenge part.
They do like the challenge part?
Yeah.
Wow.
2 weeks ago was our most downloaded episode, and they said, that episode sucked.
Yeah.
Because there was no challenge. And I was like, well, it's the most downloaded episode we've had.
We can start a bit where, regardless of what's going to happen, Shar is basically has like her 5-year plan of reality TV shows at this point, because the Paramount TV has opened up the whole suite of. She wants to do RuPaul. She wants to do She wants to do all of Are You the One? She wants to do.
Is all of Are You the One on Paramount?
It should be.
Taylor, stop watching the challenge. Get on Are You the One.
It's not going to get any better.
Get on Are You the One right now. It's the greatest. It's like The Wire meets Sopranos. It is the greatest show in the history of television.
That's so funny. Well, here's the thing. We're right at the cusp. We're right at the cusp of what I imagine to be what I'm going to really enjoy about the challenge, which is they're right at the cusp of them being too old to continue to do it, but continuing to do it. Because I've seen the previews. I've seen the previews of the All-Star where I go, a lot of you look like you've got knee braces on, way more knee braces on. You're swapping out most of your alcohol for Tylenol PM, and you all have now sleep apnea masks that you wear when you go to sleep.
Right. And they do. Well, Anissa's had a sleep apnea mask
for a long time.
That fat bitch.
But I'm excited for the sort of retirement phase, like the Real World reunion.
Oh yeah.
Right. Don't have any interest in that, but I imagine that energy is what the later seasons of the challenge is like, where you go like, oh, remember when we used to be able to do this and like really be able to. I'm gonna try, but it's probably gonna be medics coming in or grandchildren coming in and being like, come on, Grandpa, come on, Grandpa CT, you got to get out of here.
Well, the thing is, CT keeps winning. CT just won the last season.
Well, don't fucking spoil it for me, you bitch.
Well, you're so far behind.
I know.
You're gonna forget it.
I know. Well, I'm living in 2013 right now.
Right. You haven't even seen Johnny Bananas with Sarah. That was 2015, 2016.
What do you mean? They reunion?
We're ending the episode.
No. Wait, I know where he fucks her over.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's a reunion to that.
No. Sarah hasn't come on to the challenge since then.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say if there's ever a reunion of that, how could I walk away?
No, she refuses to come onto the challenge
for understandable reasons.
Well, apparently she comes from a lot of money.
Bananas probably need that.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Like it.
We're going to continue this conversation, but I'm going to stop recording.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Barrow Street Ale House, Thursday. Bye.